Welcome to part 2 of our blog series on MCP Server. Now that we have our server ready, we can provide prompts to interact with our KurrentDB instance. The MCP server uses the $stream to discover data in KurrentDB. So we have projections enabled for both system and custom projections. All right, let's proceed to opening Claude Desktop and then to actually just ask it about how to use the tool to write events. As you can see, you would usually need to provide the following details: a stream name, event type, data, metadata, and so on. Uh, but for this case, we'll ask Claude to be creative and to write something about starships. And in addition to that, we are going to tell it to use some type of best practice in the naming of streams. In your first run, you will usually be asked for permission to execute different tool calls. We've already allowed all the tool calls for this particular session, so you won't be seeing that pop-up dialog. Something interesting to notice here is that every box is a tool call, and inside the box, you can see the actual payload being sent towards the MCP server. Next, let's try to ask Claude to read all the spaceship streams. All right, it looks like everything is working as expected. So let's take this to the next step and then ask Claude to actually create a projection which would read from those streams and then compute an average of the crew capacity. When we do that, the MCP server provides Claude with a template to fill in. Um, and then it also provides it with a bunch of guidelines. For example, to keep the state small, to emit to different stream, and so on. You can have a look at the code. It's really simple. But we don't only stop there. Once a projection is created, the MCP server instructs Claude to actually test that projection. It does that by writing events and then reading the output from either the emitted streams or just the state of the projection. In this case, we already have events written, so it has enough data to actually just read and test whether the projection is working as expected based, on the logic asked. In case there's any errors, it actually goes and tries to fix it, and then it tests it again. Now to end the demo, let's just ask Claude Desktop to visualize the events for us. So Claude Desktop comes with something called the interactive artifact. It has a lot of calls restrictions, so it cannot actually make calls to our database from the UI, but it's reading using our MCP server, and then it's going to use that data to build a beautiful visualization for us. We hope that you've enjoyed this short demo, and also, you know, I look forward to seeing what you build with the MCP server. Thank you.